Today we're going to do Daily Common Core Review 13.3. So let's start with number 1. It says, in which number is the value of the first 7 10 times as great as the value of the second 7? So remember, in order for these digits to be, the first one to be 10 times as great as the value of the second one, they just have to be next to each other. So let's look through our possible answer choices, and I see B. Here the 7s are next to each other, and I know that the first 7, the value is 700,000, and that's 10 times as great as 70,000. So the correct answer here is B. Okay, number 2. A teacher has 6 boxes of math books and 8 boxes of science books to put on shelves. Each box of math books has 20 books. Each box of science books has 30 books. Which of the following basic facts can the teacher use to help find the number of science books she will put on the shelves? So we know science books, we have 8 boxes and there's 30 books in each box. So we're doing 8 times 30, but talk about those basic facts. Remember, when you multiply any number by another one that has, it's a multiple of 10, you just take off the 0 and you do, like here be 8 times 3 and then add the 0. So the correct answer is D. The basic fact is 8 times 3, which is 24, and then you'd add a 0, so that'd be 240 science books. Okay, number 3. James swam 30 laps on Monday, which is 3 times the number of laps he swam on Tuesday. How many laps did James swim on Tuesday? So we know that 30 is or equal to 3 times, I'm going to put L for laps, whatever he swam on Tuesday. Or we could also do 30 divided by 3 because it's 3 times something equals 30. And I know 3 times 10 equals 30. So on Tuesday, he swam 10 laps. He must have been tired from swimming 30 laps on Monday. Okay, number 4. Which partial products would you add to find 234 times 5? Select all that apply. So here we're not looking for the final answer. We're looking for the partial product. So let's first set it up. 234 times 5. So what we're going to do, our partial products, we're just going to start multiplying 5 by the value of each of the digits in 234. I'm going to start with 4. So that's just 5 times 4. Which is 20. Now I'm multiplying by 3. The value of this 3 here, though, it's not 3 because it's in the tens place. So it's 3 tens, which is 30. So I know 5 times 3 is 15. Add the 0, so 5 times 30 is 150. And then our last partial product, we're going to multiply 5 by the value of this 2, which we know it's in the hundreds place, so that's 200. So it's really 5 times 200, which 5 times 2 is 10. And then we're going to add 2 zeros for the 200. And then, well, we actually don't even have to add it up. These are our answers here, 20, 150, and 1,000. So it's the second, the third, and then the fourth answer choice. Okay, our next problem, number 5, it says Levi has a fish tank that holds 8 gallons of water. He wants to fill it so it's only 3/4 full, so not all the way to the top. How much water in gallons, okay, that's good, we're not going to be converting, but should Levi put in the fish tank? Explain. So I'm going to do my work. To explain, that's our work. So what we're doing is we're trying to solve for 3/4 of 8 gallons. So it's 3/4, and here of means to multiply. So it's really 3/4 times 8, which is equal to, so now remember we have whole numbers. We never write them as a fraction, but if we did, here it's always that number over 1. Because remember, fraction, that's division, so it'd be 8 divided by 1, which is 8. That's why we never put it over 1. But this is just to remember, we multiply straight across. So the numerators, that's 3 times 8, that's 24, over the denominators, 4 times 1 is 4, which 24 over 4, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So he should put 6 gallons because that is 3/4 of the tank. That is 8 gallons. Hey, number 6. Jasmine has a 2-gallon bucket. How many 1-quart containers will it take to fill Jasmine's bucket? So what we're doing is we're seeing how many quarts are in a gallon, and then we'll multiply that by 2 because this is a 2-gallon bucket. So remember, there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So to fill a 2-gallon bucket, we'll just double that number. It would be 8. So she'll need 8 containers because each container is 1 quart. Okay, and then finally, number 7. It says Amanda wants to add 6,732 and 4,975. How could Amanda use mental math to add the numbers? Is Amanda's answer correct? Explain. So here it shows us Amanda's work. She put 6,732 plus 4,975 equals 11,707. Before we check her work, we're going to answer the first question with ask how could she use mental math to add the numbers? Well, one strategy she could use here would be the easiest way if you want to use mental math. It's compensation. So I'm going to start Amanda could use compensation. And that's where you're going to see, and you'll see which number she can do it with, but it's close to an easy number that to add. So here, 4,975, it's close to 5,000. You only have to add 25 to get to 5,000. So she could add 25 to 4,975 to get 5,000. And then once she has 5,000, now it's so much easier to add 5,000 to 6,732 to do that mentally, because really what you're doing, you're just adding 5 plus 6, which is 11. So I'll put here 5,000 plus 6,732 equals, it's 11,000, and then we just keep that 732. So see how that we could do it mentally, just really adding 5 plus 6, and we're just keeping the 732 because here are 5,000, you're not adding anything to the 732. Okay, we have this number, the sum, but we know that's not the correct answer because we added 25 to 4,975. So what we need to do is subtract 25 from 11,732, which is, I'll just do it right here, 732, take away 25. So we can't take 5 away from 2. We're going to borrow from our 3. That becomes a 2. So now we have 12 take away 5, which is 7. 2 take away 2 is 0. Now the rest, it's just 7 take away 0 and 11. And I'm just going to put that equals 11,707. And so we look at Amanda's answer, 11,707. Yes, it is correct. So Amanda's answer is correct. Now, this is one way you could do it using the mental math, but as you see, it's kind of long and involved. So you may not always want to do this. You might just want to just add the 2 numbers. But you can see maybe if you don't have paper, pencil, or whatever, if you need to do it in your head, this is one way to add it mentally.